At the age of 18, I ended up taking DMT, the dream drug. It opened up 50 years of visions gifted by my future self, and I'm in year 11 as of now. Floated up to the sky, met my future self, who was essentially me, except it was like a 50-year older face. I would physically see myself age a year as I was slowly turning my face while gaining the memories simultaneously, or like the visions or the premonitions. Ever since, everything's kind of come true. I have pretty much a journal of it, probably like 70 pages or so. Kind of kept adding to it, and then over time it was, this could be work, this could be love life. One of the first visions, it was a bird that was flying across the campus lake. Out of nowhere, it just like dropped dead and like fell into the water out of the sky. I was taking a campus lake walk and someone was shooting a BB gun and they shot a bird dead and hit it like into the water. The most accurate thing that ended up happening was I drew like an explosion of a design that ended up being a similar shape to the mural at LA Weekly at the time. And as soon as I saw the mural during a job interview, I was like, I got it. They called DMT the dream drug. DMT is naturally created in the brain. It's just not in such a high amount. To me, dreams can be several different things. Premonitions, possibilities. Your conscious is finally being able to unlock and float in between spaces. My ultimate sense of time is the sense that everything happens at once all the time. So while we're currently in this moment, we're also shaking hands and wrapping up the interview. You've already finished the film. We're both stardust in a dying moment. If everything is happening at once all the time and the brain is unlocking, falling into these spaces, it's a matter of like the certain pathways or channels we can go into. I was on a sidewalk in the dream. It was by a bus stop. Behind me, like, two kids were screwing around, and one of the kids bumped into me, and I tripped and fell, and a bus hit me and knocked me over. Flash forward to years later, I see two kids fucking around, knock an old person into a bus, and he gets hit, and an ambulance came. I don't know if he survived. I've always been told I have a hypersensitivity or insight. My mom was actually a clairvoyant. She used to read cards for my brother's friends. She said to one of them, make sure you use protection with your girlfriend. And the guy got his girlfriend knocked up 2 weeks later, and then the guy's mom thought she was a witch, and then like spray painted the front lawn. I'd consider I have psychic abilities. I think everyone does. It's a matter of how do you tune into certain things. You start to realize there's a connectivity, and within the connectivity of all of us, there's essentially cross points or seams to the universe in which you realize there are parallels and channels that you can then travel through. All that is or ever could be starts with me. There was some sort of fate in which I chose to give a certain part of myself for this interview, and because of that, it led to the avatar that is you here now. Whether or not you want to say that was kind of like a governing force of anything, all that ever is, ever could be starts with me, including other people, because essentially we're the same person wrapped up in each other.